In the name of Allah, and peace be upon you. A young woman had recently become a widow. With a little child to care for, the sudden death of her husband brought unimaginable hardships into her life. She faced overwhelming challenges she had never foreseen. Being young and alone, the weight of her husband's unexpected passing was unbearable. She had to manage the daily tasks of the household, deal with the external problems in a male dominated society, and raise her son who desperately longed for the father he had lost. Childhood, usually the most beautiful phase of life for a child, was no longer that way for him. His nights were filled with fear as he believed ghosts lurked in every corner of the house. His body would tremble and his eyes remained wide open in terror. His mother would hold him close, reassuring him that everything was fine, but the fear still lingered. He would often ask his mother where his father was and why he had left them. The absence of his father became even more painful whenever he saw other children with their fathers. Being so young, he couldn't understand the concept of death and felt deprived of his father's love. When other children fell while playing, their fathers would rush to help them like guardian angels. But when he fell or got hurt, no one came to his aid. This made him feel even worse. With a heavy heart and an aching body, he would pick himself up and carry on. Day by day, he grew more and more insecure. One day, while playing in the fields with his friends, he tripped and fell hard, badly injuring his toe. A sharp pain shot from his toe to his head, and after a brief moment of shock, he began screaming and crying in pain. He was certain that this time someone would come to help him, but sadly, no one did. He laid on the ground for a long time, clutching his injured toe and gazing up at the vast sky where the blue horizon stretched to the far corners. The sun was setting, and he felt utterly alone as all his friends had abandoned him. For a brief moment, he hoped that at least his mother would be worried about him. However, when he realized that she was unaware of his situation, it made him feel even sadder than before. As the darkness and coldness of the night descended, he picked himself up and began to limp his way home. This incident left a lasting scar of insecurity in his mind, one that would remain with him for the rest of his life. As he grew a little older, the desire to have his own bicycle blossomed in his heart. All of his friends had bicycles that their fathers had bought for them, and he was the only one without one. He often asked his friends to lend him their bicycles for a few minutes, but they never shared. This made him feel sad, and his longing for his own bicycle grew stronger and stronger with each passing day. One extremely cold evening, when the white mist blanketed the sky and the freezing temperatures forced people to seek refuge indoors, the young boy returned home with a heavy heart. He was deeply saddened because his longing for a bicycle felt unfulfilled and he couldn't see his dream coming true anytime soon, especially without a father to help make it a reality. The boy sat next to his mother, who was busy making bread. The air was filled with a heavy silence, broken only by the crackling flames from the hearth. His eyes welled up with tears, which he tried to hide, but his mother noticed them glistening in the red glow of the fire. She gently asked him what was wrong. He replied, saying he was fine. Pulling him closer, she asked again, this time more firmly. With a heavy heart, he confessed, I'm sad because all the other children's fathers have given them bicycles. I'm the only one who has neither a father nor a bicycle. As he spoke, his eyes filled even more with tears. Upon hearing her son's response, she became silent for a brief moment, as if she was searching for the right words to mend his broken heart. Suddenly, an idea struck her. She got up, went to her room, and when she returned, she was carrying a charpoy, a traditional woven bed. She placed it on the floor and propped it up upright against one of its wooden frames. My dear, she said softly, for now, you can imagine this as your bicycle. The boy looked at his mother in amazement but then slowly approached the charpoy. With her help, he climbed on it and began pretending to pedal in the air as if he had understood the silent love and limitations his mother carried. His mother gently said, "Just wait until you grow a little older and then I will buy you a real brand new bicycle." The boy didn't truly believe her words, but with a heavy heart and not wanting to upset his mother, he kept pedaling in the air. Deep inside, though, he felt a wave of sadness wash over him. He couldn't help but feel sorry for himself, thinking he looked foolish, mocking himself as he rode a make-believe bicycle. The desire for his father to return and bring him a real bicycle grew so strong in his heart that tears streamed down his face, falling onto the sandy floor. But like his tears disappearing into the sand, his dream of having a father and a bicycle slowly began to fade away. That night, his dream shattered, much like a delicate glass vessel breaking on the ground with a loud crash. The only difference was that the sound of his broken dream was silent, vanishing into the cold, quiet night, unheard by anyone. Peace be upon you, and thank you